Welcome to Nagesh Karasgi Orchid School. Myself Snehal Mane, teaching you science for grade 6. Till now we have completed 3 lessons. The last topic we have studied was about fiber to fabric. In that lesson we have studied about the different kinds of materials we get from plant, the sources of fabric that we get from plant. So what are those? Can anyone of you tell me? Yes, the two main sources are cotton and jute. So these are the two things we get from plants, and we have seen the processing of these materials. Now today we are going to start new lesson, that is sorting materials into groups. So as you know, there are different kinds of materials available. So we are going to sort them according to their properties. Okay. So let us see about the lesson sorting materials into groups. In this lesson we are going to study in detail about materials, appearance of material, hardness of material, floating properties of different kinds of materials, solubility, transparency, conduction of heat and electricity, grouping of object, and we are going to summarize all the points that we have seen. See, you can see this image. It is an image of a mall. A mall is a place where you can get anything, okay. So where you can see a movie, you can buy clothes, accessories and enjoy a variety of delicious food under one roof. There are different types of shops. It may be of food shops, it may be of clothing, everything is under one roof. We also saw that our food and clothes have so much variety in them. Not just food and clothes, there is such a vast variety of objects everywhere. We see around us a chair, a bullock cart, a cycle, cooking utensils, books, clothes, toys and different types of stones and many other objects. All these objects have different shapes, colors and uses. Yes, the objects we see around us are of different shapes, size, colors and it has different uses. Look around and identify objects that are round in shape. So different objects may be made up of wooden, maybe of plastic, maybe of metal. They may be round or square in shape or in rectangle in shape. Our list may include a rubber ball, a football and a glass marble. So rubber ball, it is made up of rubber, and football, it is made up of a type of a plastic, and glass marble, it is a glass. So the shapes are round, but the material used to make these round objects are different. If we include objects that are nearly round, our list could also include objects like, if you want to find the objects like round, whatever in our surroundings. So our list may also include about apples, oranges and different things. Yes. So some are living things, some are non-living things, but the objects are round. So different objects are there which are in different shape, sizes, colors and it has different uses. Now you can see this is an image of an library where books are kept in a proper way, like maths books are kept in one shelf and the other subjects books are kept in other shelves. So this is the material which is sorted according to subjects, and arranged in a proper way. Okay, so this was an example. Now we know that different objects can be made from same material. Same objects can be made from different materials, and objects can be made by combination of different materials. It means some objects are made up of different material, like round object we are having The round object may be an orange also and a football also. So, football is made up of different material and apple is made up of different material. So, one is the edible one and one is the non-edible one, and uses food we eat and food with the help of football we play. So, these have different uses. And the second point, same objects can be made from different material, like football, like a ball. If we want to take a ball are also of two kinds, one is of football and one is of a simple plastic ball. So, these both balls are made up of different kinds of materials, and sometimes what happens, the different materials are used for making the same object. So, now we came to know that one object can be made up of different kinds of material and the same object can be made up of different kinds of materials. See the list of things made from, like these are the things where we use in our home, like metals, glass, plastic, wood and fiber. So, these are the things which we can sort into metals. Metals that we use in our home are utensils, containers and different types of machinery is also used sometimes at home and sometimes in factories and industries. Glass, the objects made of glass are glass, jug, bottles, doors and window panes. Yes. Then plastic, the objects made up of plastic are pen, tiffin box and baskets. And the objects made up of wood, chair, table, door frames and storage shelf. Then fiber, fibers, from fiber we make clothing material, garments, sheets and curtains. So, these are few kinds of objects or the material which we use, and these are made up of different kinds of things like metals, glass, plastic, wood and fiber. Can we make hammer from a glass? See, if you want to make a hammer, you will use a kind of a object. What would be that? Can you make a hammer with the help of a glass? No. Why is it so? Why can't we make a hammer from a glass? Because hammer is used to put a nail in a wall. So, when we hammer, with the help of hammer, when we press it, so what happens? If it is made up of glass, it will break down suddenly. So, what should a hammer be made of? Yes, hammer should be made of a metal. It should be made of a metal. In the same way, can we use wax nails instead of iron nails? See, these nails we put in our walls to attach a frame to a wall or something else. So, if these nails are made up of plastic, can we press them properly? No. So, what happens? This iron nail shouldn't be made of wax because it cannot go inside a wall. So, there are few things which should be made of that material only. If we made a different kind, it is not useful. So, instead of making wax nails, the nails should be of iron nails only. So, it can go properly in the wall and we can use it. List of the things made from more than one material. Students, we have seen that different types of things are there like metals, plastics, wood, glass and fiber. Now, we are going to sort out the material in such a way that it should be made of same material. Like for example, now to prepare a bicycle or for preparing a bicycle, a new bicycle, what are the things made to make it? Okay, what are the things used to make a bicycle? So, see, to prepare a bicycle, the body is made up from steel. Yes, the body is made up of steel and the seat covers are made from plastics and foam. So, to prepare a thing, we require different kinds of material. That may be a metal called steel and the plastic and the foam. So these are the different materials, but to make one thing, to make only one thing, we require different kinds of materials. Now let us see the next one, cooked vegetables. Okay, see, as you know, vegetables are of different types. Now we have to prepare a vegetable. Let us take brinjal. So to prepare a brinjal curry, what do we require? We require brinjal, then salt, spices and water. So to prepare only one thing, we require these many things. It may be different. Yes. In the same way, there are different kinds of things can be made from different objects. What factors decide which material should be used for making an object? Now suppose if you want to make a chair, now you will decide whether the chair should be of plastic or whether the chair should be of wood. Yes. So what are the factors that decides which material should be made by using what object? It means what an object, if you want to prepare, then the factors required to prepare such object depends upon what? So the choice of material used for making an object depends upon its properties. Okay? The choice of material used for making an object depends on its properties and purpose for which object is to be made, and purpose for object which is to be made. For example, now we have to prepare a nail. So for making a nail, what is the use of nail? We put the nail in the wall, so we can put any frame over the wall, right? So if the nail is made up of different material, will it go in the wall? No. So we have to choose the material in such a way that it should be used, and it is based on its properties. It is based on its properties. So now next we are going to see about properties. Before that, we will see a video.
We see many objects around us in our everyday life. Objects around us have different shapes, colors, and uses. Do you know objects are made up of materials? Materials are the substances which are used for making different things. Clothes we wear are made up of fabric, and paper we use is made up of wood pulp. Different objects are made of different materials and they have different properties. We use our senses like touch, sight, smell, etc. to feel the materials. Material can be naturally occurring material or man-made material. Let us examine the materials. We can see some objects made of glass which tell us that different objects can be made from the same material. Well, you must have seen wooden chair, plastic chair or iron chair. These chairs are made up of different materials. That means same object can also be made from different materials. In fact, objects can also be made from combination of different materials. Isn't it interesting? So, now you know that objects around us are made up of different materials.
As we have seen, objects are made up of different materials. Now, we are going to see that objects which are made up of different materials are based on which factors and properties. Okay? Students, before going to this, let me ask you one question. Tell me, why do we need to group the things, or why do we need to group the materials? Grouping makes it easier to find things in case of need. If the objects are scattered, it becomes a problem to place your hand on the desired object immediately. For example, In our home, a torchlight should always remain at the same place, and the place which is easily approachable. Yes, so that when the light goes off at night, it may be possible to locate it even in dark. So basically the sorting is done or grouping is done so that it is easier to find things. It is easier to find the things based on our need. So all the kinds of materials are based on some properties. All has some properties. So we are going to see the properties of materials. The first property is appearance, hardness, transparency and solubility. So we are going to see about all these kinds of properties one by one in detail. Appearance. Metals are lustrous. They have shine of their own. Metals are lustrous. They have shine of their own. All metals are lustrous. Some are more and some are less. Now what is meant by lustrous? Lustrous, it means shine. All the metals are shiny. When we see a metal, the metal appears to be lustrous. It means shiny. All the metals are shiny. They have shine of their own. No artificial thing is needed to give shine to them. The metals are already shiny in nature. So all metals are lustrous. Some are more and some are less. Some may be more lustrous and some may be less lustrous. Some metals become dull or they lose their shine on the surface due to dust or action of water and oxygen. So some metals, when it is taken as new, it is very shiny, but after some time it becomes dull or they lose their shine because due to deposition of dust on the surface or due to action of water and oxygen on them. So this is about the metal. Now we will see about the wood. Wood or rubber or a piece of a rock is non-lustrous or dull. Now we have seen the metals which are shiny. So there are few things like wood, rubber or a piece of rock which are non-lustrous. That means those are non-shiny. They are not metals. So they are not shiny. This is about the appearance. Now we will go towards the hardness. So hardness is of two things, like the object may be or the material may be hard or soft. Hard or soft. Rocks, iron and many metals are hard. Rocks, iron and many metals are hard. Diamond is the hardest material known to us. Diamond is the hardest material known to us. Rubber and fibers are soft. So hardness has two things. Any material, any kind of material, it may be a hard or the soft one. So rocks, iron, many metals are hard. Diamond is the hardest material and the soft material are rubber and fibers. The next property is solubility. Soluble materials. Now you can see, students, the material which get dissolved in the water. The material which gets dissolved in the water are soluble materials. For example, you can take a glass and pour water in it and then add 1 or 2 spoons of sugar in it and just stir it, so that after 1 or 2 minutes you can find that the sugar gets dissolved in the water. So the sugar is called the soluble material which gets dissolved in the water. In the same way, to prepare a lemonade, we use water, sugar and lemon and salt. So when we stir it, what happens? The materials get soluble in the water. Okay. So this is the property of solubility. So let us see a video regarding solubility.
We make lemonade by mixing sugar, salt, and lemon juice into water. We get a clear solution on stirring up the mixture with spoon. On the other hand, we cannot make tea by simply dissolving the tea leaves in water. Because tea leaves are not soluble in it. Therefore, tea bags are dipped in hot water for extracting the flavor of tea leaves. On the basis of solubility, substances can be classified as soluble and insoluble. Soluble substances mix completely with the liquid and disappear. For example, salt dissolves completely in water. On the other hand, insoluble substances do not get dissolved in the liquid. These either float on its surface or sink at the bottom of container. For example, oil doesn't mix with water and floats on its surface. Solubility holds the key for sustenance of life on Earth. Dissolved oxygen in water is the source of oxygen for aquatic life. Also, water in our body carries large number of vital substances in dissolved state.
So, the substances are of two types. One is that it dissolves completely and the other is it is insoluble. So, soluble substances and insoluble substances. The substances that get dissolved completely in the water are called as soluble substances, and the substances that does not get dissolved in the water, those are insoluble substances. In the same way, oxygen is essential for living organisms. Yes, we all need oxygen, we need air to breathe. What is the source of oxygen for aquatic animals? What is the source for oxygen for aquatic animals? Water contains dissolved oxygen. Water contains dissolved oxygen. So, all the aquatic plants and animals breathe with the help of oxygen dissolved in water. All the aquatic animals and plants breathe with the help of oxygen dissolved in water. In the same way, we have also seen about the insoluble materials. Insoluble materials do not dissolve in a liquid. If we try to dissolve the insoluble materials in a liquid, what happens? The undissolved material gets deposited on the bottom of the jar or a flask. So, for example, sand, chalk powder, wax, etc. are insoluble in water. If we try to dissolve it, it gets undissolved and settles down at the bottom of the flask. Now, let us see about the floating property of objects. An object will float or sink in water depending on whether it is lighter or heavier than water. Yes, suppose take a big jar and try to put any object over it. You can find whether the object is floating or it is sinking in water. how does we know that the object is going to sink or going to float? It depends upon whether the object is lighter or heavier. It means it is too much heavy or it is lighter. Materials lighter than water floats. Materials lighter than water floats. Example, plastic, pencil, etc. So, materials that are lighter, that object floats on the water. The examples are plastic, pencil, and the materials that are heavier than water sinks. The materials those are heavier that sinks. For example, iron nails, steel, etc. Okay. So, let us see one more video for floating objects.
It is really fun to create paper boats and float them in water, isn't it? Some objects float on water while some sink in it. Let us understand this with the help of an activity. For this activity, we need wooden sticks, iron nails, plastic glove, steel spoon, coins, mustard oil, stones, plastic ball, leaves, and water trough. Now take water trough and fill it with water. Take a wooden stick and drop it in the water. What did you notice? Wooden stick floats on the surface of the water. Let us see if an iron nail floats or sinks in water. When an iron nail is dropped in water, it sinks. It's time to check whether a plastic glove floats or sinks in water. Notice that the plastic glove floats on the surface of water. Now, we will drop a steel spoon in the water. Notice that the steel spoon sinks in water. Will a coin float or sink in water? Let us see. When a coin is dropped in water, it sinks. Similarly, a stone will also sink in water. Now we will see if a plastic ball floats or sinks in water. It floats on the surface of water. Let us take a leaf and drop it in water. What will happen? The leaf floats on the surface of the water. When we add few drops of mustard oil in water, its droplets float on the surface of the water. From this activity, we can conclude that the wooden stick, plastic glove, plastic ball, leaf, and mustard oil are lighter than water. So, these objects float on the surface of the water. While iron nail, steel spoon, coin, and stone are heavier than water. So, these sink in the water.
So, we have seen a video in which we can find out the objects that floats and the objects that sink. So, we have studied about the properties of the materials. The properties that we studied are appearance, then floating property, hardness, and solubility. In the next class, we will study more about the properties like transparency and the conduction of heat. So, till that time you can read the textbook and solve the activities given over there. Thank you, students.